What's going on, guys? Coach Chrispect here, doing a live Q&A. Amazon FBA. If you have any questions, hit me up in the chat. Let's get this going. Any questions about how to sell on Amazon? Any basic questions you might have? Any advanced questions? Let me know. I'm just playing with some stuff as far as my YouTube stream goes. Used to be able to stream my page. I don't do YouTube that much, so I forget how to do half of the things. Usually if I'm doing like a screen share, I'm using like Screencast or something like that. So, but yeah, let me know what kind of questions you have. I'm gonna call this one, we'll call it Amazon FBA questions or free coaching. Ask your questions. Type them in the chat box. Let me know what you got going on. There's a little bit of a lag, but let me know if everything looks good on your end with regards to this stream, while I remind myself how to screen share, because YouTube added screen sharing. I thought they did. Did they? If you know, let me know in the chat box. Coach Chrispect, say something. Ask your Amazon FBA questions. We're gonna have a big announcement in this live stream today, so I'll probably announce that in 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes or so. Wait till there's some people logging in here, and it's a huge announcement. It's going to help people get maybe to the level I'm at, or hopefully past me. So we'll announce that big announcement in 5 minutes here. So probably at like 5:25 Western time. Let me just check something here. So this is my screen here. Okay. I don't know. I'll have to figure out what YouTube did and how they changed their screen sharing, because I used to be able to just come on here and do some screen sharing. Didn't have to worry about a visual. Create a highlight. Change my thumbnail. So let me go on my phone. What did you do? See what the stream looks like. Hey, make sure everyone is good. That's too bad. Okay, so private label is doing really well. When you're doing private label products and you are trying to establish page one, doing multiple things, doesn't matter what you do, whether you're doing giveaways or you're pricing your product low or you're optimizing it, you'll notice a trend or a common sales flow that matches the ranking of your product. I've been noticing it for quite a few of mine. That once I start to sell about 2 a day, 3 a day, then it usually jumps up to 5 a day, then to 8 a day. But at that 5 a day and 8 a day, I can usually bump up my price point a couple dollars, probably 10%. Well, if I'm selling a product that normally sells for 25 bucks, and I'll launch it up at 15, maybe between 15 and 17 to start. Carrie, quiet. Yeah, about 15 to 17 to start. Usually when it gets to the 2 to 3, I can bump it up after about 3 a day sales, about 10%, maybe a little more than 10%, $2. So, and it'll retain and still stick and still sell 3 to 5 a day, and then when I get up to about 8 to 10 sales a day, I can usually bump it up to by at least 20 to 30% a price increase. Again, this is relevant to my price point. Your guys' price might be different, but just as far as incremental changes in price increase, profit addition, a lot of people will ask me, well, how do you know when to raise your price? Where do you start your price? So I always start my price. I try to start my price at like break even or maybe $1 profit, you know, as far as my cost and Amazon's pick and pack fees and their commission. That's where I'm starting my price. So it might be as low as like on a product that I'll ultimately sell for $25. It might be as low as like $12 is my kind of break even point. And then from there, I might bump it up $1, 10%, or 20%, $2, once I start to see 2 to 3 sales a day established. And that might take a day, 2, 5. But once I start to see a couple a day come through, 2 to 3 a day, and I get some consistent sales, that means my ranking is going to pull much higher than it will at the start. Then I'll bump it up price point wise. If it kills sales, I'll drop it back down and just keep my ranking up. And eventually you'll catch with a price bump of 10% or 20%. And then just leave it. It should stick. Stick, by what I mean by stick is your product should maintain the sales number even though you bumped it up $2 to $3 profit. Okay, and you'll still maintain the same sales rate or have an increase in sales. When you know that your price is stuck, then just again let it run, let your sales rank run till you can bump it again 20 to 30% to a price point where a majority of the page 1 products are selling for, whether they're selling for maybe a $20 price point or maybe a $25 price point on page 1. So if you started at 12, it's a $12 range to get there, $13 range to get there. So you're constantly increasing your price and monitoring that your sales are sticking and staying the same. And what you'll know is as your price increases, people don't want to spend bare minimum on a product. They don't want to spend the low price range. A lot of people don't want to spend in the low price range. A lot of people on Amazon tie price to quality. They tie price to customer service. They tie price to returns. They tie price to convenience. They tie price to results, solutions. They feel that if it's cheap, they're sacrificing all the things I just said. So remember, price is never about being the lowest. In fact, the higher your product sells for, you actually increase sales volume. I know that when I went on a $5 spike on my #1 product, when I took it from $19.99, I had mediocre sales, 8 sales a day. Okay, the goal for me again was 10. But I was maintaining about 8. Every maybe 10th day I would hit 10. Okay. I decided, let me try a $5 spike. I am page 1 relevant, fluctuating anywhere from between the 4th spot and the 18th spot. When I jacked it $5 to $24.99, I saw the biggest spike I'd ever seen with my sales. So I saw my products go to Carrie, you can go to the room. Nope, I want you to go to the room. Thank you. Gotta be a dad. So yeah, so when I jacked it $5, and I had good ranking, good rating, that $5 spike I saw my product increase sales wise by as high as 50%, 50 to 60% jump in sales volume. So I went from selling 8 to 10 a day to selling between 10 to 15 a day at that price point. So not only was I making $5 more in profit, I was selling on average 5 units, 3 to 5 more units at that price point. So you got to think, well, why are people looking for products that cost more? Again, they tie solutions to price. They tie convenience, quality to price. They tie customer service to price. They tie your brand to price. They tie the negative to the low price. So, oh, I didn't get solutions. It was cheap. Terrible customer service. It's cheap. They don't even want to return it because it's cheap. They will return a higher price product because they now have expectations of solutions. And if that product doesn't give them the solutions, if that doesn't match the price point, then they are going to certainly return it or leave you a bad review. So you have to definitely leave people with a good product, good service and support. Again, I talked about this before, the owner's manual. I talked about this on my Instagram. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at the Wise Guy, WYSE guy. But I talk about on my live stream on there about qualifying your product with an owner's manual that is amazing. Create your own owner's manual from scratch. Get the photos that you use for your listing, use them in your owner's manual, and then send that owner's manual as a PDF to your factory and tell them that you want it printed and inserted with your product versus the one that comes with it, if your products are coming with a crappy owner's manual. That's going to do nothing but validate the quality of your product and the price point that people paid for it. Now, fear will stop you from jumping another $5. You may find that your product is selling amazingly, 10, 12, 15, 20 units a day at a certain price point, and you're scared to try to test the waters and jump into a new category. Some people say, don't be greedy. What others say, hey, test the market and test your price and see what you can get for your price. I'm on the side of don't be greedy. If you're happy at a price point and it's low enough where it's high enough where you're making enough profit that makes you happy, but low enough that you're satisfying the customer, why charge more? Why charge more? Why fix something that isn't broken? Why get greedy? That being said, a lot of people go, well, let's use this example. What if you never actually jumped to the certain price point that you're at, and you actually jumped all the way up to the higher price point, and it was still working, and it was working great, and it worked great for months and months and months. Now, what's your thought process? You're $5 higher than where you fear to go to. You already went there. You already stuck. You already are doing well. Customers are buying at a higher volume. Everything is the same as if it were $5 less. A lot of people are right when they say that. So, again, it's up to you. The question is, would you ever lower your price to give people out there a discount and satisfaction? To me, again, discounting your product, if it's selling well and there's demand and people are buying, is not a necessary evil, because people don't buy based on price for Amazon. A lot of times they aren't buying low to high. They're buying relevant to their searches. They're a lot of times looking for a higher price product because of the conclusion that it fixes solutions. It will be better quality than the cheap crap out there. So by lowering your price, you're going back to my philosophy on low price isn't what people want when they're buying on Amazon necessarily, especially with products that are solution based, products that actually help people fix a problem. You know, if you were selling, I don't know what an example is. Let's use the example of, what would be a good example? Lawnmowers? No, let's not use that. Drawing a blank here, but something that would give you solution, like a teeth whitener. It's a terrible product example. Okay, let's use this. Let's use a pest repellent. There's a lot of people are doing product research. They see those pest plug-in devices. I don't sell them, so I'll use this. But that's a solution-based product. The ones that you plug into the wall, they emit some sort of frequency that gets rid of cockroaches and bugs and mosquitoes and all that type of stuff that's unwanted. That's a solution-based product. People are wanting results with that product. Those people are willing to pay for something that guarantees those results. Even if it's $50 for one, if it's going to do the job of 10, they're willing to pay. And if you can prove that that product works, people will pay. So now they don't necessarily want you to lower the price. They want you to be at a price point that matches the solution, the 5-star reviews, all that type of stuff. Now there probably is a ceiling based on the market, because other people are going to sell the same thing you're selling, and they're going to look the same, and etc. They're going to have great reviews, all that type of stuff. So, you know, there is obviously market relevance. So when I say if you could have jumped up to $30 instead of $25, I would say do it. You know, as long as you stick, do it. You know, and the fear a lot of people have is if they make that next jump on their price point, and they're selling a product that is a solution-based product, and people are hunting for it because they want results. They want to know that, you know, their baby is going to be more comfortable in it, or their animal is going to be, it's going to protect their car from their animal peeing all over it, or it's going to get rid of all the cockroaches in their home. People are going to pay for that because, one, they're going for that solution. Two, their expectations is they probably have to pay more for a product that is going to give them that and not less. Okay? Now, this doesn't apply to toys per se, but I have seen it in the toy section as well. I've seen it in the toy section where I've gone and bought toys that generally sell for like $79.99, $89.99, $99.99 at a store, that I'll buy at like 50% off, $49.99, because on Amazon they're selling for $150 for the product, and they're low ranked, high demand products. So people are willing to pay a lot more for toys, but on a majority of the time, for a majority of my toys that I have in my store, and it really has to do with the amount of sellers in the retail arbitrage world. When you have so many FBA sellers on a listing, that just drives down the market price. Fortunately, in the retail arbitrage world, there's no etiquette to maintain profit on a listing. Guys are just automating their price. I'm a culprit. I do it. I'll automate my price to be a penny lower than others because I'm trying to sell out of my inventory. Whereas in private label, you are the only one on your listing, so you have full control of your price, and you're just basically creating a listing that is so good in quality that it's scoring all the time. So that's just kind of some information here. I said I was going to drop some news on my YouTube channel 10 minutes ago. I am dropping that news right now. So big announcement from Coach Chrispect, the wise guy. For everybody who follows me on Instagram, thank you very much. For everybody who's liked me on Facebook at Coach Chrispect, or Sweat Equity Millionaire, or any of those pages I've created, Amazon Selling Hustle, my course page. Thank you guys for subscribing to all that type of stuff. I appreciate it. I appreciate the questions I get all the time. I always appreciate students who are joining my course and have spent the $400, $500 for my course, for my initial launch that I launched it. What was like, when did I launch my course? 6 months ago? Maybe not quite. Thank you everybody who's successfully gone through the course and done extremely well and is killing it. But a huge announcement. My course, I am dropping the price down and permanently keeping it, not to piss off my original students. My original students know that I've committed so much to them as far as time and energy, that again, the price, the value of the course is irrelevant, because at the end of the day, they want a solution. They're willing to pay for that solution. And all my students know that I'm committed to them solution wise. They're getting 100% value. They're all off to the races doing retail arbitrage, private label, all that type of stuff. So I want to let everybody know, Coach Chrispect's course, crash courses, everything that I launch is available. But the primary course, my private label course, Amazon Selling Hustle, private label and retail arbitrage, the 10 what am I calling it? The 10 what is it? 10 modules that are built into the course, everything from A to Z, all the demonstrations. I am lowering the price. Great news, everyone can get the course for not $444 US, not $500 US, not $300 US, not $200 US, for less than $100 US, for $97 US. Whether you're looking at like Tanner J. Fox's course or anyone else's course, I'm a Tanner J. Fox student. I'm a successful student of his, and he still has his course out there, and he's still selling it for $500 US. And you can get my course. It not only has everything that he has shown and demonstrated in his course, which is a great course, I love it, but I'm putting my course out there for $97, and that is it. So if you're looking to learn how to do retail arbitrage, if you are looking to learn how to do private label, and you want the A to Z, my course is available. It's in the, I'll make sure it's in the comment section below once this uploads. Jump on, buy it. It's $97, and it's gonna be permanently $97. I'm keeping it there. I'm not a greedy guy, like I said. I've enjoyed the revenue I've made from the course for the 4 to 6 months I've had it up, maybe a little bit longer. 6 months I think it's been up. I should write these things down. I've enjoyed it. I've also enjoyed helping all the students I've helped, and I know the demand on that course is going to skyrocket. I know people are going to go, oh my god, and they're going to jump on it because they see the results I've had, and they just want to learn how to sell on Amazon. And a lot of people have intimated to me they just can't afford to spend $500 US. That's like close to $650 Canadian. And Gary Vee has always said, try to give things away for free. Well, this is close to free as I can get without without losing money. You pay like $100 to be on Teachables and a month, and so I'm putting this course on for $97. If I sell one course a month, great. If I sell 10 a month, great. The other bonus is you're going to get full access. Once you sign up for the course, you're going to get full access to, if you sign up for my primary course, Amazon Selling Mentorship, you get full access to my Facebook group that's private, specific to that course. I'm going to open up that group and make it public. So everyone's going to get into that group and learn how to sell on Amazon. But you'll still get private access to me, so you can always keep in touch. Email me, and I'll see you're registered in the course, and I'll know that you're a student and you have my commitment to get to whatever level you want as an Amazon seller. So again, and you're going to learn how to actually launch your retail arbitrage business and your private label business fully within the course. how to set up your business, how to set up your account, optimize your listing, every aspect of the course. So I'll put in the link. You guys can check it out. There's a few free videos in there that you can watch some of the content of the course. And then if you, I mean, you'd be crazy not to sign up for the course at $97. Like I said, Fox is selling his course still for $500, and it is exactly like what I'm putting out because he was my mentor. It's exactly the same thing. Only I've put in more because I've actually evolved retail arbitrage. He doesn't give you much as far as retail arbitrage. I've evolved online arbitrage. So I give you a lot more information, steps to help you expand your business and take off faster. That being said, I'm also going, like I said, I'm also, for people who sign up for the $97 course, are going to be available to join my $27 a month Retail Arbitrage Club. And in that club, you're going to have access to everyday retail arbitrage, what's going on, what to launch, what to buy, what I'm buying. And it's going to be a private Facebook group. So this is going to be a brand new Facebook group that I'm opening up, a brand new course. It's a $97 course on its own that I'm going to be putting out in the next 30 days. It'll be complete. It's just retail arbitrage versus this $97 course called Amazon Selling Hustle is both primarily private label. It's about 80% private label, about 20% retail arbitrage. But what I give you in the retail arbitrage is essentially everything you need to know. The course, standalone course for retail arbitrage that coming out, I'm going to put out for $97. Every course of mine is going to be $97 to buy it, but this standalone is going to be like the world. It's going to involve every store that you're going to hunt, whether it's used or new, ways to go about free business launches. You know, like a lot of people follow me on Instagram and they go, that was a great idea. Craigslist, free stuff, buy it all, sell it on Amazon, sell it on eBay, whatever. Facebook Marketplace, selling your returns on, like, so retail arbitrage is gonna be just not a 20% of a course. It's gonna be like 100%. So again, a lot more to drive you and motivate you to be successful in that retail arbitrage business model. So that is the big announcement. The course is coming out. It's $97. It's available to everybody. It's gonna stay at $97. It's private label and retail arbitrage. It's how to start your business from A to Z. There's a little bit of content, like if you want to do affiliate marketing, you want to promote the course, you can promote the course, make yourself some side money. Just put a link in your videos if you do things like this. Other ways to make money doing affiliate marketing. All the tools to use. I'm primarily a Jungle Scout guy, Kibli guy, Fetcher guy as far as the software I use. So everything is explained, how to do your product research. And I'm always adding new videos. When people have questions, I'll add content. You get all that content, all the additional content for free when I add it to the course. And again, you get access to the Amazon Selling Hustle Facebook group, which I'm going to make public, and I'm going to leave Coach Chrispect as a private group because that's where most of my students are always at DMing me there anyway, because for whatever reason all my posts show up on Coach Chrispect. So yeah, so that's just exciting news, and I'm super happy to put that out there. I think Tanner made a few $1 million selling his course. I did not make nearly a few $1 million selling my course, but I did fairly well, and I'm happy with the results. But I just want to put it down for people and put out other courses. I really am passionate about teaching people. You know what? And I think, you know, at the end of the day, if I want to be a multimillionaire, I think putting out volume and educating people and just giving people the cheap access. Like, my son is 18 years old. A lot of his friends are younger or his age. They're just getting into Amazon now. A A lot of this people who have reached out to me are very young. I'm 42 years old, but they're young. They're 17, 18, actually maybe more like 18, 19, because the restricted age in Canada is 18 years old to sell. So they're young, they're new, they're fresh, they're just starting out. I've had some celebrities reach out to me, you know, so I'm putting out this course. It's $100. It becomes a no-brainer. You're not, put it this way, you could go in one day, invest $100 in my course, invest $100 in product in a store like a Dollarama or a Staples or a Walmart or a Toys R Us, and make yourself, you could triple your money. So you can not only make the course money back, you can make your $100 investment back, and then reinvest that, and you're on your way. And that's all in the course. So that's all how to get started. It's all in the course. And then, like I said, on the new course that's coming out, purely retail arbitrage. For all those people who want a really fast profit business model, low capital investment model, retail arbitrage is the way to go, because I can teach a guy how to start with $25, which a lot of people see on my Facebook page, or excuse me, on my YouTube channel. A lot of people see my primary video, how to start with $25 and triple or 5x that money. How to go into store with $25, buy product, maybe like 25 books, shoot it off to Amazon, and triple that money. And then not only that, I'm going to show a lot of really secretive ways I've learned to really profit from dollar stores. Like, I'm a dollar store guy. I love the Dollarama. I'm in the Dollarama. In the last 6 months, I've spent at least $10,000 to $15,000 in a Dollarama. At least in the last 6 months. Maybe not even that long, at least. But that's a lot of money to spend in a Dollarama. They know me by name. I've been to all 10 locations that are really within my 20-kilometer radius from here. That's just a Dollarama. In a Dollar Tree, I've spent at least $5,000 in a Dollar Tree in the last 2 to 3 months, maybe, because that's really when I started this really secretive. I don't tell a lot of people about what I do and how I profit with these places, but I'm taking a dollar product, $1.40 after tax, and I'm using a method that I came up with, and turning that $1.40 into a $25 sale, and consistently getting 2 sales a day per listing. That's pretty damn good, considering. And some listings are even more, and it's gone all the way into hybrid arbitrage and all these other aspects that are all in the new course that I'll be probably releasing, hopefully within 30 days from now. I'm speaking into existence, so within 30 days from now. So buy this course, then you'll have access to that course. So it's $97 to get into retail arbitrage, and then $97 to get the Amazon Selling Hustle, which is private label and retail arbitrage, all built into one. It's your all-in-one. It was regular $500. I had it at $444, and now I'm dropping it permanently to $97. Link is in the description below. Click that link, buy that product now, get started, watch the videos. You could probably watch it in 2 nights. Just go through all the content, watch it all, and then go get started. Go set up your Amazon account and go get started. Go to a store, buy inventory for low prices, and ship out your first shipment. Then start doing product research online. If you have the capital to do private label, start that, because that will drive you to the top of, as a top earner, as an Amazon seller, private label sellers who successfully launch a product. That will drive you to become a top earner, usually within 4 to 6 weeks. Retail arbitrage really just hits home those people who need to make an extra $200, $300, $500 a month. Retail arbitrage is all you need to do, because you just need small $25, $100 capital to start that. So it's all in that course. It's $97, and it is going to be changed So everyone will be able to get into her. How many months did it take for me to start making $1,000 a month? Well, that's a good question, Savannah. It took me 6 weeks to get to $3,000 a month. Now, keep in mind, when I learned from Tanner, it was purely private label. So I did the course in a night. His is about 4 hours of content. I did about 80%. Learned it. Started my business the next day. Came up with my business name, launched it all. Did not even register my business or go buy a business license or nothing. I just started a store for 29 bucks. Went with a professional seller account, and I had equity, so I just went and bought Jungle Scout, the Chrome extension, and the web app, and just started doing product research. It took me a couple weeks to find the product and source it and everything. And then I started in March. I went live in May with my product. So mid of March, found my product by April, and my product was live by the beginning of May. Right around there. Yeah, it was like, yeah. So April, was waiting for my product 4 weeks to be produced. I bought 1,000 units up front, so I invested a few $1,000s up front, and went live, like I said, in May. And from there, from May, it took me about 6 weeks to get my product to page 1. Was it even 6 weeks? Yeah, it was about 6 weeks, a little over 4 or 5 weeks to get to page 1. And was selling 300 units a month at $10 profit, was making $3,000. $3,000 a month profit off my first listing. Now, in between that time, and Tanner didn't really, he didn't really recommend this stuff, but this is what I talk about in my course, is that while I was waiting for my product to be manufactured, the 4 weeks time, I needed to learn how to use Amazon Seller Central fully. Like I didn't want to sit around and wait, and then when my product arrived, then start learning. So I thought, okay, well, let me try Retail Arbitrage. Let me just go to a store and buy product. I started buying. I made a lot of mistakes. Go on my YouTube channel. You'll see the stupid stuff I've done. But I just went and bought a bunch of stuff, sent it all off to Amazon, spent about $100, sent it all off to Amazon, and I just learned how to optimize listings on the product that arrived. I learned how to do advertising on my products, like my Retail Arbitrage products that arrived. So these are all things I talk about in the course that you should do instead of waiting until the end. So yeah, so that's all in there. When does the price of your course drop to 97? Because when I click on it, it says 444. It'll drop to 97 right after this video. So I'm going to jump on Teachables. I'll drop the price down and you can get in there right away. What about doing just Retail Arbitrage? That's what a lot of my students ended up doing, is they ended up doing just Retail Arbitrage. I'd say about 5 to 10 did private label as well. Private label takes more equity, and a lot of my students didn't have the $5,000 truly that you need to really launch your private label product and buy the right product and buy the right quantity. It's about 2,500 to 5. I'll give you an example. My private label listing that I just launched 15 months later, so I just launched, it's in production right now, was my cheapest that I've ever found. It cost me 40 cents per unit. I bought 4 and bundled 4 together, so $1.60, and then I ended up buying 500, and so whatever that works out to be, it was like $1,000. So this is the first time I've ever done that. But this was after a lot of learning of tricks and tricks and tricks and tricks from doing Retail Arbitrage, that I thought, I'm going to go launch a Retail Arbitrage hot seller. I'm going to go try to source it and come up with my own private label. So I'm going to talk about that a lot in my Retail Arbitrage course that's coming out. But a lot of my students that have used my Amazon Selling Hustle course, they are all mostly doing Retail Arbitrage. So the first section, a lot of them just did that first section and launched their businesses and are killing it. So, and then there's a few students that are just doing private label as well. So yeah, so I'll adjust that price down after this video. I just wanted to give that announcement on YouTube first. I'm going to jump on my Instagram and give that announcement on Instagram because people are waiting for the announcement, and then they'll know that it's a go. Other than that, guys, thanks for tuning in to this quick video. Savannah just started Retail Arbitrage. I've watched a ton of your videos. Thank you, Savannah. You've helped me so much because there aren't many Canadian sellers. That is the truth. There aren't really that many Canadian sellers. So yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for watching my content. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. Once you get to 1,000, then you can actually like have a real, you can actually have a real YouTube channel where you can monetize like the videos or whatever. So I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs, and it's actually increased. A lot of people are actually, I used to get like 1 a day subscriber. Now I get like 6 to 10. So it's building up, and it's because of people like you are watching my videos, and that helps, I guess, in people's engagement. So, and I've been true to my game. Anyone who asks questions in my comments, I'm always going through them, and I'm always answering people's questions for free and giving them as much step-by-step tips as I can. So, and that's really, at the end of the day, that's what it's going to be about. If I can, if I can put out information on what people want, especially retail arbitrage. In Canada, people are killing it with retail arbitrage. And I've had, check out the comments. I'm going to put this out. Any of my students who are watching this video who get this far, if you took advice from me, just say I took advice from Coach Chrispect in the comment section, and, you know, kind of give me a little bit of a testimonial, because a lot of people get my free information and run with it. I had a guy last year who watched one of my promotional videos. I did a like what's gonna be hot for Christmas of 2017, and I was talking about LOL, and I was talking about fingerlings. I was actually talking about this toy right here. So I don't know if you can see this toy right here, but these are fingerlings, and I predicted that this would be the #1 seller on Amazon in 2017. And I predicted that these would not just be the #1 seller, but I predicted that they would sell for 3 times what you can buy them for at the store. And so you can buy a fingerling at the store for $19.99 at Toys R Us. On Amazon, well, they had all sold out. Like, obviously, they'd all sold out. And on Amazon, they were selling for between $55 and $75 per fingerling. So I predicted that in July. I had a guy message me like November that he had, and I don't recommend this, but that he had watched my video, took my advice, and went and ordered like 100 or a couple hundred fingerlings off Alibaba. So obviously they weren't authentic in that they didn't come from the fingerling manufacturer, but they were authentic as in they were the real deal. So I presume they were a factory that makes it for that manufacturer. The packaging was the same, everything was the same, the function of the toy was the same, but he was selling them. He sold out in a day or two. Like, he sold out in a day or two at $60 a pop, and he invested roughly, I think, $5 a unit, maybe not even, and sold out. So, you know, I don't recommend people, I don't tell people to launch counterfeit products, but he did. He killed it, and he got in a little bit of trouble, for sure. But and then he went on to launch a private little product, went in to do other things, but now has that bug on selling on Amazon and selling on other platforms and becoming an entrepreneur, and having, you know, starting an e-commerce business. So yeah, Retail Arbitrage is killing it. Today I bought a product for 99 cents. It's selling for 32 on Amazon with a rank of 9, a lawn and garden product. Woo! Good job. Good job. Yeah, I mean, that's where you go and buy, like, 99 cents, go buy 50 of them. Like, go buy as many of, go hunt that product down. Go out, buy as many as you can. Well, because what's the risk? The risk is $50, but what's the reward? The reward is $22 profit. From what well, actually, the reward is $32 minus your buck investment, minus $10 for Amazon, so $22 profit. That's the reward. I ended up buying 15 units. I checked Camel, and it's been selling consistently all year. I haven't actually sold anything yet because I'm just starting, so feels too good to be true. Well, as long as the product is exactly what it is, and what I would recommend is automate the price. So go automate the price. Make sure that you are maintaining at least the same price as others. You can automate the price on Seller Central. And do a little bit of PPC. Go start an automatic campaign, $5 a day for that one product. It's easy to do. The most you'll spend is $5 a day, but you'll likely sell more and make more based on that profit, make more than you're spending. Okay, so go do that. But the content, the automation of it, so I go through advertising in the course as well. For everybody who's watching this, I go through PPC in depth in the course for both private label and retail arbitrage and how to do it right. So I won't give too much on here. I want people to go and obviously pay for the course. It's $97. I mean, that's free for all the content that you're getting. But yeah, so I mean, those are some tips that I would tell you to do. And just put them out there. It's $50. It's not a risk. You're gonna spend $50 at Starbucks, Tim Hortons, at food courts, at a restaurant, on junk. You're gonna spend it anyway. So why not just force savings that by investing in some products, shipping it to Amazon, and just let your Amazon sell it over the course of time. Savannah, PPC is called pay per click. That's Amazon's name or brand name for their advertising, their internal advertising. So when you search a product on Amazon, when you search a product, let's say you're searching these monkeys here. Okay, the first two listings are sponsored listings. So those people paid to be in those spots, and that's what PPC is. So if you're launching a product, private label product, you're gonna initially show up on page 15. Well, I don't know how much shopping you do on Amazon, but I doubt you ever get to page 15 to find a product. So those guys are missing out on sales until they get to the top 3 pages. Okay, preferably the top 1, because 80% of sales are page 1 relevant. You have to be on page 1. So to get there right away is just to do some PPC. Whether you spend $5 a day, you can invest. It just depends on the listing, the product, but you can spend $5 a day. It gets your product right to page 1. People see it. 100% of people see page 1. 1% people see page 15 or page 5 or whatever. So it's to get your product on page 1, page 2 with some relevant spots, and ultimately some clicks and likely some buys. So it's a mandatory thing. You got to learn how to do it, and you should be doing it, especially in Canada. With 15 units, it's a profit of $398. Bam! That's awesome. You're welcome, Savannah. Thanks for chatting. How much money should we have to start with retail arbitrage? Because I don't have enough to start a private label business. And that's exactly why I put out the course for $97, because that's affordable. And I get that comment all the time, is people just don't have a couple grand lying around. You can start retail arbitrage business with $25. You can start a retail arbitrage business with, virtually as much money as you have. If you have $20 and you can go buy 15 books from Dollar Tree, and then go in your home and scan products you had not yet opened, and go scan a bunch of free books, compile about 50 units, you're started. You can then ship all that inventory to Amazon. Just do your personal account. Doesn't cost any money to be a personal seller, other than every time a product sells, you got to pay a buck. Okay. But that's how you would do it. Okay. That's how you start. So you can start for just like that and really create like a few extra $100 a month revenue for yourself, profit for yourself by doing something that simple, and just keep that inventory up. So make sure that you keep 50 units of inventory that are popular in stock all the time. So you can start for as cheap as that. But if you have $100, again, that's just more inventory, and it's about inventory. Keep your inventory game up. Add inventory, keep adding inventory, and what will happen is your monthly profit your return will keep coming up. Okay. So really with retail arbitrage, it's a low cost startup. Eventually, once you start selling more than 30 units a month, you have to switch from a personal account to a professional account. It's really easy to sell 30 units a month. That's only a unit a day. Okay. So if you sold 2, you're going to end up selling 60. Problem with that is they charge you $1 in your personal account every time you make a sale, versus a pro account, it's $30, but it's unlimited sales. Okay, so if you're serious and you got some inventory, like if you're serious and you go buy $25 worth of products, 25 bucks, and ship a bunch of home arbitrage stuff, you know, books, used books that you have, and maybe have some unopened as seen on TV stuff or whatever, scan it, make sure it's relevant and ranked. If it's not ranked, don't ship it. If it has no profit, don't ship it. And then all of a sudden you have 50 units in inventory. Maintain that inventory, and that's how you start. So you can start for virtually any cost, but it won't be a $2,000 startup cost. Then you just, you know, again, this is all in the course. So go get that course. 4 question marks. All right, guys, is that it? Any more questions? Has anybody got questions before I bail? Because this has been 51 minutes of fun, and thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to try to do this daily, so tune in tomorrow in the afternoon. I'm going to promote the $97 drop. It's locked down, so everyone can get that. And then for those of you guys who are like really excited about the retail arbitrage model, definitely make sure you buy the private label retail arbitrage combo. It's everything. I'm not going to repeat myself in the retail arbitrage model. I'm just going to talk about retail arbitrage, like specifically about the hunt. The course is going to be about the hunt. It's going to be about the stores. It's going to be about live demonstrations, live product research, what to buy, where to buy it. It's going to be all the actual profitable information in the retail arbitrage course. It's not going to be about how to start your account, what the difference between pro and private is. People want to know how to make money, and that's what the retail arbitrage course is going to be 100% about. So you do have to get the Amazon Selling Hustle course. It's 97 bucks. You do have to get that. And that will give you everything you need to know. And it's 10 modules, it's about 10 hours of content. So you do need to get that, but that's your base. And so I don't know, I might change the name to Amazon FBA Fundamentals course. Okay. And then retail arbitrage is going to be all about the hunt, like all about profit and where it's found and how to do some of the most specific things I did to get to the numbers that I'm at. If you guys want to know what I'm selling, jump onto my Instagram page, The Wise Guy, THEWYSE guy, and I'm always posting stuff on there. Savannah asks, what do you do when you make a mistake like buying toys in 200K plus sales rank? You advertise them. It depends. There's a few things that depend. How much does that toy sell for? Okay, I've bought toys for 30 bucks that sell for $150 and are over 200K. I'm just gonna leave that toy in there. It's eventually gonna sell. Having a 200K rank is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It means the toy is selling. But what you have to do is you have to automate the price and make sure that you are always gonna have the buy box. Okay, the buy box is the most important thing. You have to maintain ownership of that buy box. The person who owns the buy box is the person with the best price. So if there's 4 FBA sellers and you're the best price, you own the buy box. So that's what you have to make sure you own. And then don't worry about it. That toy will eventually sell, because 200 rank means sold. It did sell. People are trying to find it. 200K rank in toys is actually really damn good. And come the third quarter, that's when toy sales skyrocket through the roof. So October, November, December, the Christmas months, the lead up to Christmas, that's when everything skyrockets. So on that front, make sure you guys are getting in toy inventory and book inventory into Amazon right now for the fourth quarter. If you guys want to make 4 times what you're making in all those other months in the fourth quarter, make sure you get your inventory into Amazon right now. But don't worry about it. Don't sweat the rank. As long as it has a rank, 200K is fine. Personally, I try to find things under 100K when the price point is under, say, $25. I'm looking for stuff that are under 100K. Okay. I don't really launch toys for anything less that I can sell for less than $15. Unless I'm buying them for like $2, $1. Then I'll go even lower. But I want to make I want them to sell for between $15 and $25, the toys. But I actually say, if you're the higher price product you're selling for on Amazon, you know, for example, I'll give you an example, Nerf. I'm unrestricted for Nerf. If you guys don't know how to get unrestricted in products, it's in the private label course. It's in my Amazon Selling Hustle course that's on for $97, how to get unrestricted. So all that, then that leads you into categories that not as many sellers are in, so you have more sales available in those categories, Nerf being one of them. You got to get unrestricted. I was able to buy a few products for in around the $50 price point, but they're selling for $150 on Amazon. After fees and all, I would be making $70 a toy. Meanwhile, that toy sells in stores for 99 bucks. So they're selling for like way more. The demand and the price are higher. But the rank is 150K. 150K. I've sold at least 4. I bought them about 6 months. No, not 6 months ago. Let's say about 4 months ago. I'm fine with that. I'll buy some inventory. I'll let it sit. And when they come out, when they populate, when they sell, I'm excited. You know, so some people aren't in that position. You might not be in that position to wait that long, so don't do that up front. Wait until you can be in that position where you're investing, you know, $1,000 in inventory, and you're gonna invest, you know, in 4 or 5 toys that are $50 each, and the rest that are, you know, at a lower price point, more volume. But then that's a quick way to make some pretty good profit. So just keep that in mind. Again, all those tips will be in the Retail Arbitrage course that is coming out as well. Savannah asks, is 33 FBA sellers considered a lot? It's a rank of 8 to 10K. Thanks so much for your answers. Yes. 33 sellers. Yes, that is a lot of sellers. So what the problem with that is, if there's 33 FBA sellers on the listing, it's likely that the price of the product is going to get driven way down. Because there's going to be 1 or 2 in there that are going to always want to have the best price to a certain point. Okay, you automate your price. You know, let's say you're currently list for 25 bucks. You bought it for $4. At $4, you can probably go as low as 15 and still make a couple, $2-3 profit, which again is almost double your $4, at least 50% margin. Okay. So you're willing to go to $15. So let's say you automate your price and you put your low at 15 and you put your high at 100. Okay. And then you got some of those sellers that are automating their price too, and then eventually it drives the price of the product all the way down to $14.99. You're stopped because you're at 15. You no longer own the buy box. That guy's at $14.99 because he put $14.75. He owns the buy box, but the product's now at $14.99. So that's what happens. It's just when there's that many FBA sellers, eventually the price of the product just drives. It just loses a lot of profit. So I'm always looking for products with a low amount of FBA sellers, and they're out there. They're definitely out there. So that's one rule of thumb. You can certainly, there's certainly the occasional exemption, you know, but you have to look into the actual, use camel, look at the price, you know, look at if people are using etiquette, the sellers are using etiquette and keeping their price. Like if all 33 sellers keep the same price, it rotates through the 33 sellers, if that makes sense. So that's never the case. It's never going to be happen. But let's say 5 people have the same price and they're the lowest price. The sales are going to rotate through those 5. Okay, so if you have 100 sales, each person is going to sell 20 units in toys. Yeah. So in the toys category, I mean, 200K is fine, especially a higher price. But I personally shoot for 100K or less. Doesn't mean I won't buy something with 118K, but my goal is 100K or less. If it has low FBA sellers, I'll even go higher than 100K, as long as I can be the only FBA seller or one of the only FBA sellers. If there's me and another guy, I'm going to have etiquette and we're going to share the buy box. I'm not going to be his price. I'm going to maintain his price. All right, it's been an hour. It's been a pleasure. I am wrapping this up, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. And definitely make sure you click that link below. I'm going to go change it right now so that everyone in this who's watching today can get that price. And then in 30 days, stay tuned for the Retail Arbitrage course. $97, but again, that course is specific to the hunt, and so you're investing $97 to learn how to make money. That $97, it'll change how you do retail arbitrage. It'll make profit a lot easier for you because you'll know what to hunt for exactly. So that will be hopefully out in about 30 days. With a lot of live demonstrations and as much meat and potatoes as possible for everybody. Any questions or anything that you want to know, let me know in the comment section below. Definitely go subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching, and go hit me up on Instagram, The Wise Guy, WYSE.